take him to the hospital now.
In, wait, get it on.
Don't worry.
Tom, you all right? What's going on here? Tom!
Sorry, Arthur.
What's going on here? What happened? What happened? Heart attack. Get that elevator. Get it. Just get that. I'll get it. Get back to me. Yeah, I got it. Come on, clear out.
Jeez, what happened to Walsh?
Heart attack.
Jeez, I'd have a heart attack, too, if I was coming up on a big trial of as little as he's got on the Beckwith case.
Your compassion overwhelms me, Burke.
I want it, Arthur.
Why, if it's so thin?
Somebody's got to fight the good fight.
And get his picture in the front page of every newspaper from the Trib to the Post?
Hey, I helped Walsh in early prep. I know the case.
I'll think about it.
This elevator, let's go.
Come on.
In a hurry?
No, not really. But I know there's some jerk up there holding up the elevator so he can finish a very important conversation.
Ooh, aren't we cranky this morning? Did we get up on the wrong side of the bed?
You want to know that? You got to be there.
I accept.
Tonight.
Can't. Legal seminar.
That's Thursday.
Sounds good. Oh, no, it doesn't. Dinner at my parents'. Why don't you come?
Meet your parents?
Yeah.
Here we go. Clear, please. All right, folks, please stand back. Coming through.
That was Tom Walsh.
Well, the doctors say it was a mild heart attack, thank God. So he should be okay. Thank you, Ellie. Meanwhile, though, life goes on. The Beckwith trial is up in 2 days, and you're in from the bullpen, Tess.
What?
It's yours. You're on it.
No.
No. This is not a request. You're best suited for it. And coming off the Cromeyer trial, you don't have a heavy load.
Why am I best suited? Because Raymond Laurie's defense counsel?
Is he really? What a coincidence.
Doesn't play favorites, Arthur. Have me on the case won't be an advantage.
I don't need an advantage. I need a non-hostile dialogue, an environment for a deal to be arranged.
A deal? You're 2 days away from trial.
Well, it's never too late, especially when your case hasn't come together quite as hoped.
What hasn't come together, huh? Beckwith found his girlfriend with another guy, and he shot her.
With her gun. The defense contends that they argued. She got scared and pulled the gun. He accidentally shot her trying to take it away. Self-defense.
Maybe it was.
Not if we can find the guy Beckwith caught her with, and we make our case.
How do we know there was a guy?
Forensics found something. Read the file.
I'm confused about something. We're looking to make a deal or find the witness.
Well, at this stage, whichever comes first. The charge is murder, too. I'll settle for voluntary manslaughter. Minimum 2 years, possible time off. Tess, do the best you can. Lurie was your teacher. He pulled strings to get you this job. Your relationship is conducive to negotiation.
He doesn't care.
Then you'll be going to trial. We've stalled as long as we can. I'm putting Darren Burke on as your second chair.
She'd rather work with Sean Kelly.
I'm sure you would. It's Burke. He knows the case. He'll be valuable. Now, you better get started on an extension. Hello. Yeah.
How close are you with Lurie?
Not close enough.
He looks like a lawyer. Tessie, you're a revelation. The fates conspired to make you last, but against all odds, you made yourself a lawyer. Always know that you have everything it takes to be a great one. Affectionately, Raymond Lurie. Nice.
You have work.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, my sympathies go out to Mr. Walsh and his family, but my client has a family too. He's been waiting to clear his name for 8 months now. While we understand the prosecution's need for an extension, we ask that it be a brief one.
6 weeks should give us plenty of time to prepare, Your Honor.
With all due respect, Your Honor, from her days as my student, I know Miss Kaufman to be a very quick study. I also know that in spite of previous delaying tactics, nothing in the prosecution's case has changed substantially. It certainly hasn't gotten any stronger.
Thank you for your analysis, Mr. Lurie. I'm so very happy that our new prosecutor and her case both meet with your approval. I'm setting a trial date for 10 calendar days from today. I believe that's sufficient time for you to prepare.
Your Honor.
Miss Kaufman, as self-serving as Mr. Lurie's statements were, they do have some validity. Let's just call it a date, shall we?
No, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, but I think we better save something for the trial. Thank you. Thank you.
Just one last
You did very well to get the 10 days, Tessie. I had her figured for a week. Your predecessor passed you, a very angry judge.
Miss Kaufman, they're right around here. There they are.
We should talk later when the vultures aren't around. It's no fair using anything I taught you against me now, Tessie. Bye.
Miss Kaufman.
What are the reasons for all the prosecution's delays, Miss Kaufman?
Please, you'll have to give us time to catch up on the case, and then we'll have statements for you.
Are you having witness problems, Mr. Burke?
In spite of Mr. Lurie's practice, well be trying this case in the courtroom, not in the hallway. We'll notify you when we have comments to make. Thank you very much, everyone.
Mr. Burke.
Mr. Burke, could you please?
Are you going to go for
What are the best chances?
Burke, are you going to take
In the future, I'll handle all discussion with the press. Do you understand?
I'm sorry, I thought it was helping. Didn't seem like it.
Just don't do it again.
I guess I'll finish going over the police report.
I need the witness.
Give me a chance to get caught up first, will you? I don't even know if there is a witness. Forensics found a hair. It could have been the plumber's.
Then find the plumber.
This is stupid, Dickie. Okay, you saw me home. Are you happy?
Should I come in?
No, will you stop treating me like a baby?
I could sleep on the couch, just for tonight.
Why?
After a rape, women are scared to be alone.
When did you become such an expert?
Talk to your rape counselor. She told me.
I'm not scared, Dickie. Go home.
You can call me if you need anything.
I will. Good night. I'm not scared, Dickie. I'm petrified.
I don't know how yours was, but that meatloaf is sitting in my stomach like a, I don't know how to sign lead balloon. Lead.
You learn fast.
Thanks. Bruce never learned. He's a fool. He is. Someone who just throws away something of real value. He's a fool. If you were mine, come on. It's getting cold.
Thank you.
Well,
You want to come on? abrupt.
So, we got a TV, VCR, 2 sofas, and a table. No jewelries or valuable.
No,
Have there been any workmen in here lately?
no,
A maid?
no.
Anyone else have a key?
Tess, what are you doing here? Tess, why are you here?
You bastard!
It was my lawyer's idea. He told me to take possession of things that were mine before the marriage, just to avoid any arguments later.
Bruce? What's wrong?
Nothing.
I got a feeling, okay?
Sure, I'll take care of it.
Cobb! Been looking all over for you.
Gotta cut back on those cheeseburgers, Larkin.
Oh, gee, thanks, Cobb. But I got a wife who does the weight jokes. Look, I dropped the Beckwith files at your desk. It's all yours now.
Any parting words of wisdom?
Find the witness.
Why won't this witness come forward?
Maybe Beckwith paid him off. Or maybe he's afraid of Beckwith. What's the difference, huh? If he didn't speak up what had happened, he's certainly not gonna find a conscience all of a sudden. Counselor! Counselor!
Yeah. This case is a real education on how to do a lot of work and get absolutely nowhere. Larkin's covered everything. Have a meeting with Lurie? Yeah, we'll have to meet you there. I have some things I want to look into.
What?
I thought that I would talk to Beckwith's daughter.
Why?
Why not?
There's nothing I can tell you, Detective Cobb. Ann Collins was my father's girlfriend. That's all I know.
How often do you see your father?
He's busy and I'm busy. Maybe once a week.
Would Ann Collins be with him?
Sometimes. But they've broken up recently.
Any idea why?
You'd have to ask my father.
You friends with Ann Collins?
Not really.
Your father ever talked to you about her?
Only in passing.
Now, he's been single most of your life, right? Since your mother passed away?
That's right.
He's a jealous type.
Detective Cobb, do you really think I'm going to stand here and help you convict my father?
Well, a man can dream.
I have work to do.
So when I found out she was seeing someone else, I went to talk to her.
Who was the someone else?
As I have told what seems like hundreds before you, I don't know. Anyway, the conversation turned into an argument. She got scared and she pulled out her gun.
The one that you bought for her?
Well, I wish to God I never had, but I did. And like a fool, I tried to take it away from her, and it went off. By accident.
And no, there was no one else there. And no, Mr. Beckwith did not bring the gun with him. And how you hope to get a conviction on this, Tessie, I don't understand.
The grand jury thought there was enough there for an indictment.
Well, the grand jury is a rubber stamp for the DA. There's an election coming up. He probably thought it would look good to bag a fat cat. Now, I assume that you've come to make some kind of offer.
We'll come down to voluntary manslaughter.
No, stop right there. You've shown me nothing. Why would Mr. Beckwith agree to go to prison?
Because that's where they put murderers.
Tessie, the most important thing I have ever tried to teach you was never to deal from weakness. I'm disappointed that you've forgotten that lesson.
I am dealing from the only position that I have.
You're going to look bad on this, Tessie, and your bosses, who decided to try this in the first place, are not going to remember whose fault it was.
Tell me, are these life lessons for free, or do you charge $500 an hour for them, too?
You know, Tessie, I think that your ill-natured investigator is very good for you. He's a great counterbalance to your genteel intelligence.
Look, come on, this is going nowhere.
Tessie, I have to watch out for my client. You tell your people that I'll either win with self-defense or I'll accept some kind of misdemeanor plea. No jail time.
Okay, Professor. But reasonable.
This is not law school anymore, Tessie. Your idealism does not play as well in the real world. I always knew that in spite of all your ability, that would be the hardest lesson for you to learn.
My daughter was very good to Harlan Beckwith, detective. Too good, if you ask me.
How so?
She took care of him, she ran his life, and the bastard just used her. You know, I told all this to the other investigator months ago, for all the good it did.
Trial's coming up soon.
Like that's gonna make a difference? People like Harlan Beckwith don't get convicted for murder. They get convicted of fraud and sentenced to 6 months of playing bridge with Michael Milken.
Any idea why your daughter stayed in the relationship as long as she did?
Because he was wrong for her. She liked that.
Do they love each other?
She never said if they did or they didn't.
You think she was seeing someone else?
I doubt that very much. Anne was a very loyal person. She was like family to that cold fish, even though he'd never marry her. You know, ask his daughter, Rachel. Anne treated her like a sister.
She was close with Beckwith's daughter?
Take a look again. Still can't tell what Davis has both feet in bounds. It looked like to me, it looked like he got both feet down, but did he quite have to that? We're talking about the replay right now. Idiot.
Excuse me, but didn't we meet at the mayor's house about a month ago? A small dinner party, maybe 15 or 20 people?
I've never been to the mayor's house.
Oh. Well, I guess you'd remember that if you had, wouldn't you? Arthur Gold, Deputy District Attorney.
It's nice to meet you, Arthur.
Advertising, right?
It shows.
What age,
Arthur?
I'll be in at 8:30, Burke.
Lurie rejected Tess's offer this afternoon.
I'll be right back. Did he leave? Anything open at all?
Nothing you'd want.
Damn it.
I like Tess, Arthur. I really do, but this thing's going to trial. And I think we've both seen that she isn't able to handle Lurie. Her relationship with Lurie is useless now, maybe even a hindrance. If you move me up to co-counsel, I think it might throw him a little curve. Nobody'd notice anyway, since I'm already at the table.
Subtlety isn't your forte, is it, Burke?
There's no time left for subtlety, Arthur.
That's right. Throw the ball, catch the ball, now move it. Come on, move it. That's right. That's right. That's right. Ah, fumble. I laid 6.5. I'll be lucky to win this game straight up. I guess I shouldn't be talking about betting around a cup.
That's okay, Ed. I'm not much into prosecuting victimless crimes.
I'm glad to hear it. There's enough street crime out there to keep you guys busy 24 hours a day. Of course, Lila defends half of these crooks.
Oh, more than half, I think.
You're all right.
Dinner's ready?
Can you wait a few minutes? It's almost halftime.
Well, Dad, the pot roast didn't know that. It's ready now.
He's got some mouth in there, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Judge said 10 days. Now, there is nothing in here that supports any reconsideration.
Brothers.
I already covered this one. Did you find anything?
Not yet.
She eats. How about a little wine to wash it down?
I couldn't believe it. It was one day after the warranty expired. And you know what the guy down at the dealership said? He says, "Oh, boy, that's tough." But that's all right. Ed's going to go down and talk to him, aren't you, honey?
Yes, hon.
Yes. The man's a saint.
Actually, I think he's rooting for the Bears.
How's your dinner, Dickie?
Great. It's great. Really, Margaret, this is delicious.
Oh, I'm glad you like it.
Maybe we should turn off the game while we're eating. Just kidding, guys.
I think it's time to call it a night. Come on.
Get it. Get it. No. Well, I guess I can kiss that $50 goodbye.
Betting football's a fool's errand, Dad.
Now tell me about it. You want another beer?
No, fine.
So, how long you and Lila been going out with each other?
About a month.
No, I never figured her to go out with a cop.
That a problem for you?
Oh, no, just the opposite. I think it's a refreshing change.
Yeah, well, maybe Lila does too. I feel like I should apologize, but I'll be damned if I know what for.
I didn't say you should apologize.
Right. You didn't say anything. I'll ride back.
Good night, Dickie.
I really had a good time.
I'm glad.
Lila, you know what I think? I think you're not liking me tonight because your father did.
Well, that's silly.
Yeah, I know it's silly, but that's what I think. Is it true?
I love my father, Dickie. But my mother made her whole life fit his, and I just won't do that for anyone.
I haven't asked you to.
Nobody ever does.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means it just happens. People fall in love and they get married, and 30 years later, they're both living the life that one of them wanted to in the first place.
We're not talking about 30 years here, Lila. We are talking about one football game.
I wish that's all we were talking about, Dickie. I really do.
I don't want you hot dogging it in every newspaper in town.
Oh, Arthur, you don't have to worry. This is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I can handle it.
Come in. Come in. So, anything new with the Beckwith case?
Nothing of substance, but it looks like you've already heard that.
All right, Tess, I'm going to say this straight out. I think you're at a media disadvantage with Laurie. I'm going to have Burke here handle the press from now on.
What the hell kind of thing is that? I didn't think my deafness was an issue with you, Arthur.
Now, Tess, don't you take this personally. I am just trying to...
Personally.
I didn't want this case. You assigned it to me, not just part of it, all of it. And I'm gonna handle all of it.
Well, I thought you might be able to reach an agreement with Laurie.
Should have told me that I was only on this.
Provisionally.
Provisionally. I wouldn't have done so much work.
Do you think you can mount an effective prosecution?
It's my job, isn't it?
Well, if it looks like you're going to get steamrolled in court, I want to know about it so I can plan for it. Save face with the press.
If it looks like that's gonna happen, I'll be the second person to tell you. Hey, you know what I don't get? You don't take anything from anybody. Someone tries to cross you or push you around. You're on them just like that. Except for Lurie. Around him, you're downright obedient.
Have him, Eric.
I remember once when I was a kid, I trapped a snake. I was throwing things at it, teasing it. My dad came out, he chewed my butt. He said, you don't mess with snakes, because they can hurt you. He said, you find one, you cut off its head. That way you don't have to watch its every move.
Are you threatening me?
Just telling a story.
She's playing in a hearing world by hearing rules, cop. Now, it's to her credit that she doesn't ask for any slack. But if there's something she can't handle, she should face up to it. The idea is to convict Beckwith.
Yeah. I thought watching you, the idea was to get a promotion.
I don't know why, but I feel like I have to show everybody I'm okay.
Are you?
No. I feel nervous. I don't sleep well.
Then why pretend?
I don't know.
Why do you think?
I don't want to lean on anyone. Like Dickie. It just feels different now, and I don't want to be needy. I feel like it might scare him away.
If he's your friend, it won't.
He's more than my friend. He's the only man I trust. Because I know him. I really know Dickie. I don't know anyone else. And I don't think that I'll ever be able to open myself up enough to find someone else.
Be patient, Kay. It doesn't happen all at once.
Yeah, but the thing is, it used to. It used to be exciting and fun. But that's been taken away. Getting to know a man will never be the same again.
Miles Thomas?
Yeah.
Detective Cobb, from the district attorney's office.
Yeah?
I understand you're Rachel Beckwith's boyfriend.
Oh, yeah, we date.
Your roommate doesn't mind?
Now, what's that supposed to mean?
I went to your apartment looking for you. Your roommate was there. Nice guy.
Yeah, so?
So, 2 people, 1 king-size bed. Must get crowded at night.
Look, is there something you want?
Why are you and Rachel Beckwith playing Prince and Princess?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, look, I could care less how you live your life. My only interest is in a murder investigation, and I need to know more about Rachel Beckwith. She covered for you, you cover for her.
Hey, look, it's a mutually beneficial relationship, all right?
I need the name of Rachel's girlfriend.
Rachel's girlfriend's dead.
I thought we were finished.
I did too. Then I talked to Miles Thomas. We know about your arrangement. That you just date to keep up appearances.
I don't know what you're talking about. He's my boyfriend.
Whatever you say. But Ann Collins was your lover.
What is this?
I think your father found out, and that's why he shot her. And I think that you were in the room when it happened.
This conversation is over.
We found a hair at the murder scene.
I said I wasn't there.
Saw your wife's picture in the paper this morning.
Yeah. She's handling the prosecution in that Beckwith trial.
That must keep her pretty busy.
She was born busy. Good. You wouldn't say that if you were married to her.
Oh, busy people consider divorce a nuisance. They want to be done with it. They're more likely to compromise just to get things resolved, to get it over with. It's the people who don't have a life, who battle over every penny, every stick of furniture.
I want to be fair.
Bruce, you're a lawyer. We make our livings defining fair. It's my job to define it to your advantage.
I feel bad about that furniture thing.
Don't worry, we'll give some back.
I just don't have time for what he's doing. I've had a big case thrown at me that's not coming together. I can't devote the energy to this.
When you hired me, Tess, I asked you what kind of divorce you wanted. You indicated you wanted it to be civilized. Now, I told you we could do that. But your husband has to want the same thing.
If you can get the court order first thing in the morning, I can goose the lab to get the hair test done quickly.
It won't be necessary.
Come in.
You're gonna ruin my life.
That's not what we want.
When I testify, can you keep my private life out of it?
No. I'm sorry.
Why?
The relationship you had with Ann Collins was the reason your father killed her. That was his motive. There's no way to hide that.
A lie. I'll say was there but didn't see anything. I can't do it. Please. Please don't make me do it.
Your father committed a murder.
I loved Anne. And she loved me. Yeah, the tragedy isn't just that he killed her. The tragedy is that he did it because he couldn't understand. And when this comes out, no one else will either.
I'm sorry. At least you won't have to hide anymore.
Right. I'll be out. And my whole world will turn upside down. You think everyone's so enlightened that they don't care? Well, guess what? They do.
Who you are, there's nothing to be ashamed of.
Tell that to my father.
Thanks for coming, Tessie. Thank you, Matthew.
You're welcome, sir.
Have you been here before? In a few years, I think we'll put you up for membership. It's important exposure. I understand that your boss, Arthur Gold, has been nominated.
I guess vote to blackball.
You're not much with authority, are you, Detective?
Depends on the person.
I see. Well, now, Tessie, I've been looking at this case solely on its merits and its demerits, but in the end, I don't think that a man like Harlan Beckwith should have to expose himself to the world in court.
That sometimes happens when you commit murder. Thanks.
I think that in the interests of saving the taxpayers some money and to avoid feeding the public frenzy, I could convince Mr. Beckwith to accept a charge of manslaughter in the heat of passion with some sort of minimal jail sentence. Say a few months of minimum security. Maybe 6 months. A year at most, with possible reduction.
You should never deal from a position of weakness, Professor.
I'm trying to be reasonable here, Tess.
Harlan Beckwith is guilty of murder. And you and I both know that, Professor, and I'm about to prove it in a court of law.
Now you are making a big mistake. We're talking about a lot more than the trial here.
No, we're not.
You think about your career. What I've done for you, what I can do for you.
What you've done is cultivate me, teaching me, doing me favors, keeping me under your thumb. All the possibility that someday I'd be in the position to repay you.
That is the way things work, young lady.
Not when you're as idealistic as I am, Professor. In spite of all your ability, I always knew that would be the hardest lesson for you to learn.
You got a minute, Arthur? I talked with Lurie this afternoon.
Did you?
Yeah, I think I can get Beckwith to take voluntary manslaughter with jail time.
Really?
Yeah, apparently Lurie tried to cut some deal with Tess today, but she's being difficult. I think she has a problem with him.
Well, what she's got is Rachel Beckwith as a witness.
What?
Lurie must be pretty desperate trying to play you for a fool. But I guess he sized you up and thought he had a chance. Tess tells me, she won't be needing you in court anymore.
But I'm second chair.
Well, I think we'll just let her, go it alone the rest of the way. Okay? Hey, Phil. Ambition.
Hi.
Huh.
Came to watch you, but all the seats are taken. I'm sorry, Tessie, about what I did. I was wrong. This whole thing just seems so crazy to me. I can't believe we've let it get this far.
You, not me.
I know. I've ruined this marriage, and it hurts me.
You. What about me?
I never meant to hurt you.
But I stopped. Please, just leave me alone.
I was frightened. They argued terribly, and finally Anne screamed at my father that she loved me. He just stopped arguing. I mean, I'd never seen him so angry, but he didn't say anything. He just reached into his pocket, took out a gun, and shot her. And I held her while she died. Anne and I loved each other. You always gave me things that you thought would make me happy. But when I found something that really did, you took it away.
In a hurry?
Not anymore.
I hear things went well at the trial.
Yeah, it looks like the good guys are gonna win one.
About the other night.
I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
Yeah?
Yeah. Don't try to change me, Lila. I won't try to change you. Can you live with that?
I can live with it. For now.
For the first time since I've known you, you don't seem like you have a million things on your mind.
For the first time, I left.
Have I told you yet that you're a good lawyer?
Tell me again.
You're a good lawyer.
Thanks, Dickie.
No problem. Have a good night's sleep.
I will. Good night. Dickie, would you mind sleeping on my couch tonight?